for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
It is getting legitimately uncomfortable out here in the Bronx, and I know I am not the only one checking my phone every 5 minutes, hoping for a notification that actually matters. We are sitting here deep into the offseason, and the silence coming from the front office is deafening, especially when you look around the American League East and see our rivals making moves to bolster their rosters while we seem to be stuck in neutral. The New York Yankees are currently the only team in the division that has not made a significant splash this winter, and that is a headline that makes every single person in the tri-state area nervous. Naturally, the name on everyone's lips has been Kyle Tucker. It makes all the sense in the world on paper because you put that left-handed swing in our stadium with that short porch in right field, and you are talking about a guy who could legitimately hit 40 home runs in pinstripes without breaking a sweat. We have been clamoring for that kind of impact bat to slot in behind the captain for years, but here is the reality check that we need to swallow today. It looks like the dream of seeing Tucker in the Bronx is fading fast, and the strategy is shifting toward a familiar face. According to some very plugged-in sources, specifically reports coming out regarding Zachary Rotman's analysis, the organization is pivoting away from the massive financial commitment that Tucker would require and is focusing entirely on retaining Cody Bellinger. If you want to stay ahead of the curve with updates that actually mean something, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now, because we do not waste time with fluff here. Now, I know what you are thinking, because I am thinking it too. You want the shiny new toy. You want the blockbuster that wins the back page of the tabloids. But let's look at this from the perspective of Brian Cashman and the front office. The whispers I am hearing suggest that while the Yankees absolutely did their due diligence on Tucker, the price tag is simply climbing to a place where Hal Steinbrenner is not comfortable going, especially given the luxury tax implications. The market for outfielders has been incredibly top-heavy, but Cody Bellinger's free agency has generated a different kind of buzz, one that is more about reliability and fit than just raw speculation. Rotman makes a compelling point that normally you wait for the top dog to sign to set the market, but in this case, the Yankees already know exactly what they have in Bellinger. He is not a question mark. He has worn the pinstripes, he has handled the media scrutiny, and he has produced. The front office clearly values the known commodity over the massive gamble. Even if that gamble is a superstar like Tucker, they have been quiet, painfully quiet, but moving to lock up Bellinger before the ball drops on New Year's Eve would be the classic Cashman move to silence the critics and stabilize the roster heading into 2026. When you strip away the emotion and look strictly at the data, bringing Cody Bellinger back is not just a consolation prize, it is a legitimate strategic win for this lineup. We have to give credit where it is due regarding his performance last season in the Bronx. We are talking about a guy who posted a batting average of 272 with an on-base percentage of 334 and a slugging percentage of 480. Those are not empty numbers. He ripped 25 doubles, launched 29 home runs, and drove in 98 runs in 152 games. Availability is the best ability, and he was out there grinding almost every single day. Beyond the slash line, there is the human element that we cannot ignore. By all accounts, Bellinger was arguably the best teammate Aaron Judge had all season, providing that critical protection in the lineup that forces pitchers to actually throw strikes to the captain. When you have a guy who can play elite defense in the outfield and hold down first base if needed, You are solving multiple problems with one check. Financially, this is where the rubber meets the road. Bellinger is going to cost significantly less than the $300 million or more that it would likely take to land Kyle Tucker. For a team that is actively trying to navigate the payroll without completely blowing up the budget, this is the smart play, even if it is not the sexiest one. We have seen what happens when this team overextends for a massive contract that becomes an albatross, and it seems like the philosophy has shifted toward efficiency and proven production. Re-signing a two-time All-Star and former MVP who has already proven he can handle the bright lights of New York City is a move that mitigates risk. The expectation now is that the Yankees are going to push to get this ink dry immediately so they can pivot to the rest of the roster holes before spring training creeps up on us. It stabilizes the middle of the order and gives us a guaranteed producer. So here is the bottom line. The Yankees are likely passing on the mega deal for Kyle Tucker to keep the band together with Cody Bellinger. It is a move rooted in financial prudence and clubhouse chemistry. But I want to hear from you. Are you relieved that they are bringing back a guy who hit nearly 30 homers for us? Or are you frustrated that they are pinching pennies instead of going all in for Tucker? Do you think Bellinger can replicate those numbers in 2026? Let's talk about it in the comments. I want to see your trade proposals and your reaction to this strategy. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like the video and share it with other Yankees fans who are stressing out over this offseason. Stay tuned to the channel because the second this news becomes official, we will be back with a full breakdown. Go Yankees!